It takes actual effort to get them out of it. All right. For me, helping Tom, I want you to look at the means that I have. Now, I got junkies who get a hold of me and rag on me for how I talk about junkies. I also got family members of dead junkies getting a hold of me to let me know that they don't like my opinions. Well, you know what? Your junkie relatives are dead for a reason. You guys want to rag on me for what I have to say about junkies, but you're not out here dealing with them every fucking day. You think that your grandson who comes to visit you 3 times a year, you think him being junked out of his fucking gourd is a big thing. It barely fucking affects you. The other thing is, you see him 3 times a fucking year. What the hell kind of care do you have? Maybe if you were there, you could stop whatever it is that is, of course, the gateway for that drug abuse, which is, of course, trauma. You guys call it drama. Drama, D-R-A-M-A. No, there's a big difference between drama and trauma. This shit out here with these goddamn junkies is trauma. That shit with junkies that you watch on TV, that's drama. Big difference. Big fucking difference. In Hollywood, nobody ever gets killed. Oh, that's not true, is it? That's right. We got one of them Baldwin's done shot somebody. Oh, that's traumatic. That person got shot in real life, not on film. It's not some person pretending to be dead. That's somebody who's actually fucking dead. And you guys are fine with this. Well, I'm not. When it comes to helping Tom, no, it's not friggin' easy. He doesn't make it easy. I mean, all that shit with that crazy lady, it's kind of like Wendell McPhee with Sandy Fromm. His advice to me in that situation is not what he would do. And he admitted that it's not what he would do. He was able to step out of it a little bit by saying, when I asked him what he would do if it happened to him, he said, oh, I take threats very seriously. Well, how am I supposed to take that? Is that one of them, what do they call it? Masked threat, something or other. They tried pretending the things that I said, taken completely out of context, and of course, reworded entirely, somehow meant that I had broken the law. No, that judge broke the law. Literally, the judge had to break the law because what Leslie Snell came prepared with was shit. Not only that, I was illegally prevented from going to court, illegally prevented from showing evidence, and abused for fucking trying. Now, I see all these homeless people out here, and I gotta tell you, the number one thing I want to say to homeless people is shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And that's coming from me as a homeless person. Shut the fuck up. If you're not gonna do something about it, shut the fuck up. If you're gonna bitch about it for 6 goddamn months and never try to turn it in, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of hearing about it.
How's it going?
Bonjour. Now, the thing with me is that I gotta scream at the top of my goddamn lungs to be heard. I'm the one motherfucker out here actually trying. I hear people bitching all the fucking time about this shitty hell of an existence that it is to be homeless. One of the homeless guys out here, it turns out he's not even homeless. He just don't like his mom. So he goes home and he eats dinner and then he comes back out here and sleeps in a tent. And of course he sells anything he can get his fucking hands on to get meth. His mom doesn't like him doing meth, which kind of ends up being an issue. Why? Because he's going to do it no matter what. She don't want it in her house. She don't want him around when he's fucked up. I'm sure all you guys understand that. But what most of y'all don't understand is that when you're autistic with Tourette syndrome, you are going to be victimized. People can tell there is something different about you when you're walking down the fucking street. And they don't like it. People don't like different. It's like that crotchety old man sneers at every black person who walks by. Like, what the fuck? What are those people doing to you? But you guys all do it to the homeless. Every fucking one of you. Even those of you who quote unquote support the homeless. Even those of you who bring food down to the homeless and volunteer at your local food bank. Most of you are not volunteering, you're fucking sentenced. You have a mandatory number of hours, slave labor hours, that you have to complete. Calling that volunteer work, man, that's like calling a turd chocolate. No, that ain't volunteer work. You legit fucked up, didn't you? Or you're poor, and it didn't matter if you did it or not. Nobody gave a fuck, so you got convicted. More than likely, you were given a choice between sitting it out for another 8 months until trial, or pleading guilty for time served already. Like, hell yes, if I plead guilty for time served already, that gives me an opportunity to go shore up everything that I didn't lose. But no, it don't work that way. Then they got the expensive stipulations. All of this because my predators were allowed to pretend that I was schizophrenic and delusional. Meanwhile, all the shit that they were claiming I was schizophrenic and delusional for saying, I already got backed up with fucking evidence. I already got backed up literally with the words out of the very mouths of these witnesses to show I'm, of course, the one who told the truth. A lot of these people, after telling me those things, they want to tell me later, oh, Sean, you're slandering my name. Oh, really? I'm pretty sure you're going to hear your own voice when you go back and play those videos, stupid. Maybe you should have tried that before. It's not that I didn't try. It's not that I didn't try telling you. It's not that I didn't try showing you. It's kind of like the situation with unsolicited fucking advice. I didn't come to you dumb cunts for advice. And all of you get called cunts at this point. What do I reserve the word cunt for? What does it take for me to call you a cunt? You have to get innocent people hurt, injured, or killed. And as I have seen, I'm the only motherfucker out here doing anything to stop it. When it comes to human trafficking, I'm the one out here doing something. Rebecca didn't find herself. Well, I suppose metaphorically you could say she did. Two of the people that I had asked if they saw Rebecca, when I ran into Rebecca, she was with those two people. Apparently they've known each other a while, and these are some of the people that she was trying to get actual help with. Unlike you idiots, Rebecca was actually trying to do something instead of being, well, mouth work, empty promises, or or no matter what somebody says, you've got a better story. But yours are bullshit. I'm trying to get you to look at evidence of mine. I don't call you up to have a fucking conversation. I call you up because I need fucking help. I am going through hell. And if you don't give a fuck about that, then what the fuck would I talk to you about? You don't give a fuck about me. You've shown that my entire goddamn life. If I'm not fucking useful to you in the moment, I don't fucking exist. Meanwhile, there is always room for a fucking drug dealer. There is always room for one more drug dealer. If you're in a town with 100 people, there is still always going to be room for one more drug dealer. But it's not them you're going after, is it? These people pick folks who are desperate to be their distributors. Primarily the homeless and the disabled. You got no idea how many people are out there selling drugs out of their wheelchair because their disability money ain't enough. If they go to work and collect a check, even if they're not able to do the job, then they take that away from your disability, and they take it away from you for a long time, even if you're not able to keep your job. And then they say you're able to work. Well, obviously you couldn't. Someone calling themselves Khalid Al-Ajrab typed, hey. I gotta tell you, the whole holy war crap that's been going on, I wonder if that's drug induced. I feel bad for the Jews. I feel bad for the Palestinians. I also see the things that we complain about happening there. I see those things happening to American homeless. I see those things happening to disabled people in America. Most of us out here on the streets grew up in the system. You know what that means? It means we didn't have parents. That doesn't mean our parents were dead. It means they weren't there. They didn't exist in our lives. Khalid typed, where are you from? Take your pick. I was born in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Lived in Bridgeport and Bayard when I was very super small, and also one place in Wyoming. When I was 4, my dad went to prison for 38 counts of cocaine possession with intent to sell. So when he got busted with all that cocaine, I went into the system. My first foster home was outside of Scottsbluff, so me and my older brother went there. And then my mom, who is in court-ordered rehab because she couldn't stay off of cocaine, she was trying to fight for custody of me and my older brother, so we were shipped from a good foster home to Longmont, Colorado. That weren't no fun. Anyway, I got to tour the system. I got to grow up with people who killed their grandparents and raped their sisters to death. Congratulations, America. This is what you're fostering. This is what we're fucking learning in your goddamn system. Khalid typed, I'm from Syria. What's your thoughts about me? I don't know you. But I'm willing to bet you're a human being. I like the fact that you're on here not being a troll, not being rude or inconsiderate. There's a place called Azerbaijan, and there was a feller here from New Jersey Andre Gagasian. I'm autistic, but one of the things that goes along with autism is being highly intelligent. I designed an engine that doesn't have any moving parts and runs mostly on water, and this guy wanted to use it to kill people. He also thought that by playing on the fact that some of my ancestors were Hebrew, that he was going to get me to go along with it and give him my engine design so he could go kill people in the name of Israel. That shit ain't happening. You're not going to kill people on my name. I'm not Jesus. Throughout Christian history, Christians, even to this day, have used Jesus' name as an excuse to murder millions, including their own people. If you take all religions and combine them together, and the number of Christians that they have killed, all combined, Christians have still killed more Christians. Khalid typed, I was watching YouTube videos about people. There was story Natalie. He typed, am Muslim. He typed, why don't you convert to Islam? I thought about it, but organized religion is wrong, so is state-sanctioned religion. If we can't see each other as human beings, we're not God's children. If we have so much hate and malice in our hearts for other human beings who think differently, well, I'll take no stock or part in such a thing. It's evil. As far as Islam goes, I'm not against it. I am against extremism in any form. I am against Christian extremists who run around persecuting others and then whining that they're persecuted when somebody stands up to them. That's just gross. One of the reasons I stand against most Christians to this day is because I grew up with Christians. You know, until Natalie Bollinger disappeared, I'd never had a Muslim treat me bad, ever. But after, I got to see the dark side of Islam too. When it comes to these drug addicts, they're junkies. Let's just say it like it is. They're junkies. But they're still human beings. They're not any trashier than the majority of the Christian community. A lot of people have closet hate. They hide it for when they're allowed to bring it out. Oh, this is a person I'm allowed to hate. But they don't stand up to the bullies in their own government and their own countries. You know, these suicide bombers aren't martyrs. The martyrs are the ones who stand up to their own governments knowing that they'll fail, knowing that they'll be killed. My favorite definition of a paladin is a holy warrior in a foreign land without a weapon. That's right, no sword, no spear. That's the definition of a paladin. We can go through the Crusades. We could also go through all of the jihads that have been declared. But while you guys are preoccupied with whose imaginary friend is the right one, Natalie Bollinger was not imaginary. She's dead as a fucking doornail, sure as shit. Christine Bouhiet Also, not fucking imaginary. Dead as a goddamn doornail. How about Anna Hunka? That's right, she's fucking dead too. Not a figment of my imagination. Not some story out of a book, but a real, live human being in my lifetime who I knew in person, had intimate discussions with. Randy Ingersoll. I knew her over 20 years. She's dead too. That's right. Not a figment of my imagination. She was a very real person. Stephen McMillan, also very real. He's also dead. Stephen Green, also very real and also very dead. Tommy Gallo, also very real and also very dead. Many of them lived hell on earth. Some of them were junkies. Some of them didn't touch drugs, didn't touch alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't drink either. But out here I get treated as if I'm one. Most of us out here on the streets were victimized into homelessness. And it costs a lot of money in order to prove your innocence. They say innocent until proven guilty. That's not how it is when you're homeless. That's not how it is when you're disabled, especially when you're alone. The only way to combat this is to have someone help, to have someone work with you. We got this thing where we like telling males they got to do it themselves. And we're also taught that we have to help the female, even if we know she's full of shit. The fact that she said it means that we have to help. We're, what's the word? Expected. And if we don't, well, there's going to be hell to pay and possibly violence. Here in America, guns ain't the reason there's violence. There's violence because people know who they can victimize, and they do. They know who it is that nobody cares about, like the homeless, the disabled. A lot of people think that disabled people should just be put down like dogs. Isn't that crazy? Put down like dogs. Khalid typed, "Where are you going, dude? Go find job." Ah, there we go. That's where it all comes down to it, isn't it? He types, "Get a job, though you won't be homeless." You know, I had a job, and I was homeless the whole time because having a job does not mean that you earn enough to get unhomeless. I'm not sure how it is in your country, but it ain't like that here. You want to pretend that this is a land of opportunity? It ain't. It's fucking difficult to get a job here. Especially if you're different. People don't try to understand. And then there's being disabled. And then there's the fact that I'm targeted no matter where I go. You know, there's all this stuff that you might not understand unless you're here. So I encourage you, Khalid from Syria, to come to the United States and find out for yourself, instead of making excuses and being cruel to the victims as if they chose it. We don't choose homelessness. You know, if you are broke, you are charged money for being broke. You are charged money for existing. Nobody wants you to exist anywhere. In America, if you're poor, people want you to just disappear. If they could take you out into a field and blow your fucking head off and just leave you there, they would. That's America. People don't fucking care. They don't care about you. They don't care about Jews. They don't care about Muslims. Hell, they don't even care about other Christians until they want someone to take their shit out on, because it all rolls downhill. I live in a capitalist nation, which means it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. It matters who has the money, or who has the drugs, or who has the looks. We've got a lot of bias here. Like the bias that a man cannot be victimized, only a woman can. That's horrible. Just so you know, Mr. Khalid from Syria, the Muslim, I gotta tell you, what I've heard about Muslims is horrible. If I believed the things that I heard about Muslims, not only would I not be talking and associating and treating you like you're a human being, but I'd be railing against you and calling for people to do bodily harm to you. But obviously, I'm not doing that. Obviously, this is your bias at play. So we'll take screenshots of it. You type, man, I live in America. Right after you, from Syria. So that must be my mistake. Let me see. You are from Syria, not you live in Syria. My apologies. Anyway, he types, I'm 16, I go to school and work. Yeah, when I was 15, I went to school and worked. So, yeah, you're not improving anything upon your situation. And the fact that you're 16 and this channel is not made for children means that you should probably get off of here. Also types, God bless America, it's the land of opportunity. Alright, so here's the thing I gotta do. I'm not 16. See, now you're just fucking with me. You know what I'm gonna do? I got plenty of screenshots of you typing at me. So now I'm just gonna block you from my channel. Ain't no reason for you to get on here and fucking be trolling. You ain't a good person. Good people don't do this. Instead of finding out what's going on, you want to fucking harass me over Natalie Bollinger? Oh, you want to type, you am good man, huh? Who's trying to help me, huh? By telling me what to do? I didn't ask for you to fucking tell me what to do, you little fucking shitbrick. Trying to help me by telling me what to do? How about try finding out what actually fucking happened and showing the fucking world? You're in the United States, right? You can fucking do that. Now, if you were in Syria, yeah, I'd understand why it is that you wouldn't be able to necessarily post shit. But this is the United States. If you wanted to help, you'd look at evidence and you'd speak out. You would fight for my rights. Actually fight, not, oh, Sean, I made a post after you begging me for 6 months to do something after I promised to do something. And then you want to type, good night, brother. We're not brothers, Khalid. We're not brothers. You're a fucking troll. And that's as simple as it is. Now, when it comes to these junkies out here and trying to help Tom, that's what this video is supposed to be about. The first time we went up the mountains, it was just to scout stuff out. But it's awful uncomfortable having all of my shit in there and trying to make rooms with somebody else. He got a storage unit. I put some of my stuff in his storage unit because he wanted to go back up the mountains. I couldn't fucking carry him and my shit in my car. There's no room. So I had to stuff things in bushes. And some of those things got took. However, when it comes to helping people out, it takes actual fucking effort. Actual effort. So I've made actual efforts to help Tom out. And that's the way it should be. But also, there's a lot of stuff that Tom wasn't expecting that has cost me a lot of time and energy. That's expensive. A lot of you say, hey, Sean, just take care of yourself. No, that's not how it works. You either step in and do the right thing, or the predators continue to pull their bullshit. Either I step in and help out Tom when he asks, or Molly gets to victimize him at will. It's the same thing with me. Tom knows what help he needs, and he's been right. He has been right about what he needed. He has been exerting his energy and his efforts towards something that's actually useful. The problem is he felt sorry for Molly. As Americans, we're taught we're supposed to feel sorry for the woman. No, she's victimizing the shit out of him and me. She's making false reports. And of course, I don't know what kind of situation he would have ended up in if I hadn't been here. Khalid typed, why you're hating on me. Why do you think I'm on you? Because instead of finding out what's going on, you're telling me to get a job. Telling me America's the land of opportunity. Bullshit. You know, we got so many people who come to America, and they're still human beings. They weren't born here. And there's a lot of people here in the United States who think all those folks should just go home. They should go back to where they're from. They should go back to where they came from. I think that's a horrible line of thinking. There's a lot of our immigrants who end up getting large sums of money to come over here to the United States. You know, almost every little ma and pa type of place. Sydney, Nebraska, here, the Dalles, nearly all owned from people from either Pakistan or India. Meanwhile, I know people here who have busted their ass their entire lives and gotten jack shit out of it. Do you know why that is? Well, in part, some of those people do get money for coming over here. But most of it is the fact that they come from families that work together. That's one of the things that I first noticed about Hispanic families. When something fucked up happens, they work together. Not every Hispanic family is that way. When somebody is being victimized and trying to get help, jumping on here and pretending like you're a 16-year-old definitely ain't gonna get you any fucking brownie points with me. It's also not gonna get me to trust you. I'm also having problems believing that you're a true follower of Islam because, well, bearing false witness is just as wrong in Islamic law as it is according to, well, the Ten Commandments. Wrong is wrong. True. That's one of the things about many of these so-called Christians running around killing people in Jesus' name. What the hell is that about? Really? In Jesus' name? Because I don't remember Jesus saying to go kill anybody. There's a reason I don't remember him saying to go kill anybody. Because I read the Bible. It doesn't say in there anything that Jesus said anywhere close to saying go out and kill these people. One of the things that I have so greatly against religion seems to be that Muslims, Christians, and Jews all hate homosexuals excessively. Then, of course, there's my issue with the LGBT community. Oh, you didn't use my proper acronym or pronoun or whatever. I'm a them, they. No, you're not. You're a human being. Beyond that, I'm not going to go trying to learn each of your fucking pronouns. I'm not going to do it. Maybe you want to be called them, they, but I've also met people who thought they should be called a shooting star or a magic star. Holy fuck. Pull your heads out your asses. I fight hard for a lot of people that don't give two shits about me. That doesn't make it wrong with me to fight for those people. If you're going to help me, you got to be honest. You got to be forthright. You got to speak up. And if you're going to tell me you're a Muslim, you need to actually be a Muslim instead of bullshitting me. Don't tell me you're a little fucking kid and then tell me you just fucking lied to me. And then, what? You don't like me ragging on you? Telling me to get a job? You know what? I can't take care of myself. Literally cannot take care of myself, and I am abused everywhere I go. So don't give me that shit. Don't give me that get a job crap. You know, in each and every one of these cases with mandated reporters, they all ask the same questions to begin with. Mandated reporting, that's not an option, it's mandated, it's mandatory. You have to. But they want to ask, well, don't you have any friends or family? When you say no, well, that's when they realize they don't have to do their jobs. It's called triage. And it's illegal in this situation. Illegal for them to decide that it's not worth their time because I don't have family or friends who actually gave a shit. Oh, I had plenty of people who pretended. Right up until it came time to get off their asses and fucking speak up. Let's see. Khalid type, I mean, if you get job, you will some money and can rent house. No, that's not the way it works. That is not the way it works. See, here in the United States, we got this shit called credit. And when you're dropped off at 18 with jack shit, yeah, your credit starts going downhill immediately. But you know what? You seem to think that it works that way. You really think anybody is going to hire me at a decent wage? Especially with all of this shit on my record that I was never allowed to defend myself against? You want to tell me about how land of opportunity America really is? Well, that was pleasant. Just had some human beings barking out their door at me. Yay! Khalid typed, I live in Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, Omaha's nasty. And I'm sorry you live there. At least the rent's cheap. Somebody like me in Omaha is only going to get victimized. That is how it works. Khalid typed, I respect all religions, also Christians. I don't respect any. I don't care. The fact that I have it shoved in my face all the fucking time annoys the hell out of me. Religion is worse than exposing yourself in public. I do mean that. Forced religion especially. But then we got a lot of people who make their decisions along religious lines or political lines. What does the party boss say? Khalid typed, you're right, you need credit. Not just credit. You need to have the ability to work. I haven't physically been able to work since 2015, but I still try. And the harder I try to work, the more damage I do to myself. That's why I was on disability. I've been stuck in survival mode for 6 fucking years. Before that, I was able to work until 2015. I hurt my back moving a gun lathe. My back was already in fucked up shape. Khalid typed, how old are you? Hello, I'm 41. I turned 42 in October 18th. I was born October 18th, 1980 in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Grew up in Colorado, Nebraska, Wyoming, Washington State, and California for the most part. A little in Texas, a little bit in Arizona, but I don't remember Texas, and all I remember about Arizona is snow on the cactus. Khalid typed, if you have friends, you can live with them. I don't have friends, Khalid. See, that's the thing. I can speak pretty decent English. I don't have any friends, Khalid. I had to stay with complete and total strangers, drug addicts, and drug users because I don't have any friends. When people start rumors and spread slander like what was said about me, yeah, you learn who your friends are. It's nobody. People will pretend that they're going to help you and then give you that whole, you need to man up, you need to get a job bullshit. No. You aren't understanding the full fucking hell that this really is, Khalid. Khalid types, why you keep changing states? I keep changing states because I'm victimized everywhere I fucking go. I have people everywhere that I go who victimize me, and I can't turn them in because law enforcement will break the law, as they always do. I'm a homeless, disabled male. All right, I can't defend myself. I'm not fucking allowed to defend myself. Do you get that? I keep changing states, first of all, because there are safety issues with me being abused by law enforcement, not being able to turn it in. There are situations repeatedly everywhere I go where this shit that is supposed to be taken care of, that I should be able to go to mandated reporters and they are required to turn it in. But I have to go to them alone. I have to go to them alone. That means by myself. And that means they pull their illegal triage. Oh, sure, they'll fill out the paperwork so they can still bill the government. That means anybody who's still able to work. Then we got all these child molesters and fucking rapists, violent offenders and fucking drug pushing assholes. And you drop them off out of the prisons out here on the streets. And then you pretend that we're all like that. No, most of us are not like that. And then there's the ones that, of course, women especially are prone to this. They get attracted to asshole personalities. That's generally the ones from prison who are out there slinging dope. By dope, I don't mean pot, for those of you older folks. For the younger generation, dope means meth. In the area that I'm at, because most of the homeless here are on drugs. They're on blues. Now they keep telling me that blues are heroin. They might have opiates in them, but they've also got meth in them. And people don't get that. They don't understand that these are hybrid drugs, both uppers and downers, and they do kill people by themselves. It's an upper and a downer. You know how I tried to kill myself? After Natalie was killed, and I was assaulted by Officer Waylon Lolatai, and I couldn't get anybody to actually help. They were just fucking lip service. Too busy giving advice or making it about them. Well, you know what? 6 years of this shit is enough. Khalid types, I can be your friend. Maybe you can, but you gotta be willing to listen, to understand, instead of telling me what to do. Listen to understand. And the first thing you need to understand is anything that you're going to tell me to do, if you're not going to do it with me, it's not going to make a difference. If you're going to tell me to get a P.O. box, you need to help me get the P.O. box. I can barely function as a human being. You have no idea. Mandated reporters don't want to do their jobs, and that's not my fault. Now, Khalid, I'm going to type to you. I guess it won't let me. I was going to type to you my email address. It's doggedroman@gmail.com. But if you type in this video, what's your email address after I end it, then I can message you back with my email address. If you want to be my friend, you got to understand that means helping me stop the violence and show the truth. Because I can't end this abuse on my own, and if you're going to be somebody's friend, that means caring whether or not they're being abused and doing something about it. Right now, I need to turn in a lot of mandated reporters. You know how we end these videos? Oh, we got someone calling themselves Adam, typing crazy man. So we'll take a screenshot of that. And then hide user on this channel. Blam! You see how easy that was, Khalid? Adam got blocked on my channel in the first message. Damn, Adam. Must be tough. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.